Welcome to What's Up, Doc, a podcast by Miramont Wellness Centers in Fort Collins, Colorado. Hosted by Dr. John L. Bender, MD and CEO of Miramont Wellness Centers. Our mission at Miramont is to empower your community and yourself to achieve healthcare and wellness aspirations anywhere in life.
Hello, I'm Dr. John Bender.
Janessa Visconti.
And you're at What's Up, Doc, our weekly podcast where we discuss the health benefits of compounded semaglutide. Today I wanted to spend some time speaking about what kind of food people eat. Now, many of you remember the Atkins diet, and back in the day, people were eating bacon, losing weight because it was putting them into ketosis. The mechanism of compounded semaglutide is also ketosis, but I'm not a big fan of asking people to eat bacon, Janessa. You know why?
Why?
Because we get skinny people that still have heart attacks and strokes, right? So it's not about just being thin. We want people to be toned, we want them to be healthy, but we want them to have good cardiovascular health as well. So let's chat a little bit about how to eat properly from a physician. Here I am in Larimer County, Colorado. Now, 150 years ago, if we were sitting here in Larimer County, all the food that we'd be eating would be coming probably within about 25 miles of us, okay? We'd be eating corn and potatoes and pumpkin and beef and chicken because that's what they were growing. And a pineapple would be a rare treat, right? I mean, you wouldn't get that and they'd be very expensive. They might cost $2 or $3, which back then was a lot of money. Now fast forward today, almost nothing we eat comes local, right? In fact, our food supply chain can be 1,000 miles. And there's a couple reasons for that. Two big innovations. One was the refrigerated trucking industry, which allowed food from the 1950s forward to be brought cross-country. And maybe you didn't know this, but there was an inventor named Bird Eye, and Bird Eye invented a mechanism for flash freezing fruits and vegetables. And their name is still on the package to this day, right? But no one had refrigerators or freezers. So there was a time where people were giving away freezers just to get Americans to start buying frozen food. So that's how that evolved in the 1950s. But probably a more important innovation was the invention of the partially hydrogenated oil. Now, partially hydrogenated oils, you may be surprised to know this, didn't exist before the 1940s.
Wow.
And so what is a partially hydrogenated oil? Well, partially hydrogenated oil is where scientists in the 1940s started taking fossil fuel hydrogen, which comes from our drilling of gas and oil. So it's not an organic product per se, it is an organic molecule, but it's not a foodstuff. And under high heat and temperature and pressure, they would hydrogenate liquid oils to make them solid or more wax-like. And you say, well, why would you want to do that? Well, it's because it made the food last longer. So for example, if I made you some potato chips today, Janessa, let's say I went home and I fried them up in my Fry Daddy, and I put them in a bag and I shipped them to you. You get them several days later. I'd send them to you there in Ohio. What do you think would happen when you open that package?
That would be disgusting because all the oils would separate.
Yeah, I mean, no one does that, right? You can't fry food and then ship it to someone. It would be spoiled by the time it gets there. The oil would be separated. And yet Frito-Lay does this every day, right? There's packages in the grocery store and they have expiration dates of like 4 years from now. How do they do that? Again, it's the miracle, and I'm saying that in quotes because it's not a health miracle. It's a marketing miracle of the partially hydrogenated oil. Consider also the toddler in the back of the minivan, right? They find the McDonald's French fry, but it was from 2 months ago under the seat, right? And what do they do because they're 2 years old?
They eat it.
They pick it up and eat it, right? And do they get sick? No. I mean, not now. 40 years from now, go look at their arteries. That's sick. But they don't get sick with food poisoning or anything. And why is that? Because that partially hydrogenated oil is preserving the food. However, I like to remind people that preserved food is like preserved bodies. Okay, so you go to an open casket funeral, looks like grandma, but that's not her anymore, right? That's just what was. In a similar manner, preserved foods are dead foods. A good rule of thumb is that the more perishable the food, the healthier it is. What's healthy food? Salad. How long does it last? Not very long if you leave it outside the refrigerator. But all your beef jerkies, anything that's called preserves, if you think of like your jelly preserves, your jams filled with sugar, your salted preserves like salt pork or beef jerky treated with salt, your vinegar foods, your pickles and pickled beets, or the partially hydrogenated oils, those are all dead foods. They are never going to have the same nutrient value as a fresh produce aisle or going to the farmer's market. Now, finally, one last thing to consider when it comes to freshness. In general, the more perishable food, the healthier the food. We've said that before. So look at the countertop and you've got 3 raw meats sitting there. Raw beef, raw chicken, raw fish. Which is going to be the most perishable?
The fish.
The fish, yes. I mean, if you leave fish out raw on a counter, your house is going to smell terrible, right? Beef, you can actually leave out for days. In fact, they intentionally age beef. They hang it in a locker for 30 days and they charge more for it. They say aged beef.
Okay.
But think about the fat on that beef, right? That beef is a solid at room temperature. And so you have to cut it off. Now go to your chicken. Little fresher, little healthier. Think about the fat. Is it solid or liquid? Well, it's kind of in between. It's gelatinous. And then if you get to the fish, we don't even call it fish fat. It's fish oil. So in general, the more perishable the food, the healthier the food. This includes meats. This includes anything with vegetables. This includes anything that's prepared. But start looking at your package labels. We're going to talk more about fats in our next segment. You won't want to miss it. But we are at our time today. For What's Up, Doc? I'm Dr. John Bender.
And I'm Janessa. We're reminding you that managing weight and a hormone balance can significantly improve quality of life, energy levels, mental health, and physical health. Each therapy supports different aspects of health that contribute to overall well-being.